Let's get on to other stories. Opposition in D.C. is accusing the judiciary of usurping the powers of Parliament. It follows this week's Supreme Court decision which declared as unconstitutional a constitutional provision which bars dual citizens from holding high-ranking positions in Ghana. CDD fellow Professor Kwekwa, in an earlier discussion on the polls on joinees, backed the decision, urging Ghanaians not to worry if the Chief Justice of Ghana owes allegiance to another country.
That will be very interesting to find out. As of now, we don't know, because to the best of my knowledge and information, the opinion is not out yet.
Yes.
And so we cannot speculate as to what went through their minds, but we can accept the outcome and rejoice about the outcome, because for some of us, this is a battle that we have been waging since 2006, when they initially attempted to disqualify Mr. Akwasi Agyeman as Kufuor's nominee for the Ashanti Regional Minister. And then we had the Adamu Sankedi case, and then we have Mona Kwate, we had Charles Adubuahin, and then Jechi Kwesin. So I've always had problems with the way the court and the country interpreted Article 94(2)A and also Article 8(2). Now, let me be clear about what has happened.
Right.
Article 94(2)A has not been touched at all by the court by this decision. Article 94(2)A has not been touched at all. That is the article that disqualifies persons who owe allegiance to countries other than Ghana from becoming MP. And of course, if you cannot become MP, there are other positions that you cannot hold. For instance, you cannot be a minister, you cannot be
the president.
The Lands Commission, you cannot be on the Public Service Commission, you cannot be on the Electoral Commission. That has not been touched.
Right.
That is in Parliament right now. We are working very hard to try to amend that with Kennedy Osei-Nyakron, as you mentioned. Second, they have not touched at all Article 8(2). Article 8(2) deals with dual citizenship, and the positions excluded under that include ambassador or high commission, secretary to the cabinet, chief of defense staff, IGP, director of immigration service, and so on and so forth. What the Supreme Court has searched is Section 16(2) of the Citizenship Act. And this was basically a problem that I actually have gone to court with this same problem at 591. And I argued that it was unconstitutional for Parliament to add offices without specifically amending the Constitution.
But the NDC has labeled the decision as judicial legislation. Listen to member of the Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee of Parliament and MP for North Dai, Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekbo.
It's the same court that is, or that as it were, injuncted my colleague in Parliament from carrying out his constitutional mandate based on a matter before it, which is yet to be determined. But the person proceeded to bring an application or notice for the grant of an interim injunction to prevent him from carrying out his mandate, purely because the person claimed that at the time that he filed to contest as a member of Parliament, he had not denounced his Canadian citizenship. And so on that basis, he was not qualified to be elected as a member of Parliament. And so eventually, when that matter was determined, he had to go back to recontest, and then he won and he's been brought back or reinstated, as it were. And so for the court to now, after 48 months,
better late than never.
Yes,
we even had Roe versus Wade.
I agree.
Even Roe versus Wade. Centuries.
I agree. So I'm saying that I am gauging the mood of the court. Because Judge question, it's still, some aspects of that case is still before the Supreme Court. So would this decision undercut what is before them? Or their view in that matter will be different? So these are the basis upon which I had the mixed feelings. But the other fundamental problem I have with the decision is that the people who advocated for this said, well, those categories of public offices which were closed to persons of dual nationality to holding weren't enough, so we should add more. And now more has been added. And I hear that, well, like when I came in, I heard you say that, well, then we must as well go on the full hall.